And good morning, it's September the 21st. It's a Friday, so I'm heading around the lake. It's cloudy, mostly, and it's right at freezing. 0 degrees according to Google as I was setting out. So I am wearing coat and gloves this morning, not a hat, because I think I'll be warm soon enough. But it's actually kind of clearer in the east, but the clouds, of course, come from the west, and they're spreading across the sky. So I don't think we're going to see much sun on this walk, except maybe sunrise. Sun has risen. It's not quite at the time where I'm catching sunrise, I don't think, but definitely cool. And I continue to be busy with, hello Mary Lou, I continue to be busy with publishing stuff. I'm desperately understaffed at Shadowpaw Press, just me and the cat, and always more to do. And if that's not enough, I'm planning to start a second publishing arm called Living Skies, which is going to be my, call it hybrid publishing, where people actually pay me to help them publish their books, as opposed to Shadowpaw Press, which is a traditional publisher where nobody pays anything to be published by Shadowpaw Press. I just have to figure out exactly how to draw a bright line between those two operations. It is beautiful today, and it's later in fall kind of look. It's not really late in fall. Fall runs till December 21st, but it'll be winter here by then. In fact, could get a little snow next week. We'll see. I have to go to Saskatchewan on Wednesday, and we're talking about snow on Wednesday, but I hope that doesn't work out, because I'm going up for a book launch, so I hope the weather's good, and I will be staying over one night. So I don't know. I doubt I will walk while I'm in Saskatchewan. So there might be a day or two I miss there. It's just up and down. The next night we're doing a book launch here in Regina for, it is pretty today with the dark skies and the yellow leaves. Even the elms and some of these other trees that are quite late to change color have changed color. So this was sold, but now it's showing for sale again. I wonder what happened. I'm sure it had a sold sign on it. Huh. Well, there's a house if you're looking for one. Doesn't present much to the street, but probably pretty nice inside. I'm sure it had a sold sign on it. I don't think I imagined that. The book I'm launching is Thickwood by Gail M. Smith. It's a historical novel set in Saskatchewan just after the Second World War. Features a young woman who wants to raise horses on her family ranch where she grew up. She's just back from playing in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, a league of their own, and sort of her struggles with a neighbor and former baseball coach who has a rogue stallion that kills one of her prize colts, and it's all also flashbacks to when she was playing baseball. So it's a mixture of horses and baseball, and I highly recommend it. You can find it at books2read.com, #2/Thickwood. And of course my own new book, The Tangled Stars, is out now. That's the one with the AI uplifted talking cat who becomes a starship captain, Tybalt. And I've started posting quotes from Tybalt's private log, which head off each chapter of the book, on Twitter and Instagram, accompanied by a photo of a cat. Our cat, Shadowpaw, as in Shadowpaw Press, who's also the model for Tybalt, because he's big and black. Does any of this sell books? Well, the book launch will. I don't know about the social media stuff. You can never tell. It's kind of, the sky looks kind of weird there because of the clouds and then the strip of blue sky, which is shrinking rapidly. And there's the sun. Might be all we see of it. When I get up to the other side, it may have vanished by the time I get through the underpass here. Last time I came through here, there was somebody sleeping under here. I'd never seen that before. Not today. Unfortunately, the vandals have not respected the artwork down here. I think all of it now has been tagged by some loser vandal. People are nasty, if you ask me. Lots of stupid, ignorant, awful people in the world. But hey, you're not one of them, whoever's watching. Mary Lou, you're not one of them. I'm not one of them. There's the lake, and there's the sun. All we're going to see of it, because it's already disappearing behind the clouds there. Still, it's kind of pretty right now. Especially the reflection on the still water. Land of living skies, they call it. It's on our license plates. I'm going this way this time, I think. Oh, there's some ducks looking picturesque with the reflections. Random bicycle. It's an odd place to be with nobody around. I assume it's locked up. Yeah, it's locked to the bicycle stand there. Oh, and those are loons, I think, there. And there comes a couple flying overhead, too. Geese. But I think those are loons from the way they're swimming. Quite low in the water. Here's the dam. No water going over the spillway. There's our loons again. Fewer people when it's chilly, and it's not that cold yet, but certainly fewer than when it's really warm in the mornings. Here comes the first two I've seen, except for the jogger that went by our house just as I was leaving. Now, I'd be pretty sure the ornamental garden in front of the legislative building is out by now. So I don't know if I'll bother walking up that way. I might stick to the shoreline today, because I don't do that very often, actually. Yes, the sky is quite interesting, but it's quickly turning less interesting because in this direction it's just gray. So as it covers up that last patch of blue, it's going to just be gray. More voids. Does make for interesting reflection on the water right now. So do I walk through it? Well, maybe I do walk through the garden, just because I've walked through it showing what it looked like at its peak. But I'm pretty sure it's all out now, so it's just bare dirt, so maybe it's no point. Yeah, it's all been cleaned up. So I'll stick to the water's edge, since we're going to lose the pretty sky pretty quick. No garden left. Just dirt and trees. Down there looking at the legislative building. It's all been taken out. So I don't usually walk along here because I usually like to go up towards the ledge there because of the garden, but nothing there today. So they've done that since the last time I walked. Sort of looking that way is the skyline you see on the front of my book, Shards of Excalibur, because Willow Island over there is where it all starts. My book series, the first book is called Song of the Sword. Much less populated than it was in the summer at this time of the morning. And if I do like last year and take a walk when it's like 35 below, I'll probably be the only person I see. Although even in the coldest weather, you'll occasionally get a hardy soul like me who's out walking or jogging or something. Especially with dogs. Dogs don't care if it's cold. They gotta go for a walk. I haven't seen a dog yet this morning, which is also unusual. This is the United Empire Loyalists Memorial, or as we Americans like to call them, traitors. It all depends on how you look at it. Of course, since I'm now a dual citizen, I guess either country could consider me a traitor under the wrong circumstances. Suspicious, at least. Suspicious alien in Canada. Yes, I'm really a deep undercover CIA agent, just waiting to be activated. Been here since I was 8 years old. Oh, shouldn't have said that out loud. There's Roberts Plaza up there, the apartment building. Again, I don't often walk along here. I'll do it more probably now that the gardens are out. Oh, squirrel. So you do get another little more lake view coming this way than if I take my shortcut through the gardens. Oh, here comes somebody. Two somebodies. That makes 4, I think, I've seen today. I bet these signs are now blue. They used to be brown. Those kinds of signs. Here comes 2 more people. Apparently somebody burned one of the benches in the park a few days ago, which is just insane. Well, it goes back to those same people who have spoiled the artwork under the overpass back there. Oop, and there's the, I often come out here where the fountain is, although it's not fountaining at the moment. And then sometimes I come out over here where the tennis courts are, but they're not tennis courting at the moment. Well, they're there, but I don't think anybody's using them. That building with the slanted roof over there is the Connexus Art Center, our major theater. I see another tiny head approaching. It's probably attached to a body. They usually are. It's not that crime-ridden a park that one finds heads that aren't attached to bodies. Oh, yes, there's a body. Body as well as a head. I don't know where this burned bench is, but I saw a picture of it. It's not that one. That one looks intact. It's a nice view if you wanted to watch the sun come up. Pretty along here with the stake the trees are in just at the moment. I think I'll walk over to the Holodomor Memorial here, marking the Russian genocide against Ukraine under Stalin. Saskatchewan was the first government to recognize it as a genocide, I believe. I think that's what this plaque says. It's quite a poignant little statue, this little girl starving. There's a lot of Ukrainians in Saskatchewan. As well walk on the grass here. Well, the worn down path from people who have done what I'm doing right now through the grass. Here comes a dog, our first one of the day. Oh, and there's another one in the distance. In the distance, I see a little dog. I see you and your little dog too. Oh, coming this way. For some reason I thought they were walking the other direction. Guess not. Back on the path. Here comes a bicyclist, not a cycle gang member. Let's walk around the little building here. All the stuff coming up in town here on these notice boards. There's an outlet down here that sometimes has water flowing in, but so again, something went underwater as I came here. Don't know what. You can see the ripples spreading. Bird or a muskrat? Don't know. That's Spruce Island there. Again, Roberts Plaza over there. I think I will walk around Pine Island today too. I haven't done that for a while. It's about an ideal day for me walking wise. Not many people. Nice and cool, quiet. I actually enjoy it much more than when there's a lot of people walking around with me. Spruce Island again over there. Oh yes, didn't go up there today, but there's the totem pole I've sometimes gone up to take a look at. Here comes a jogger. You always get these varying views through the bushes as you walk around, looking downtown there. I won't go on the little platform there, which I have sometimes. Skip it today. Here comes the old guys. You always run into them. It's a whole group that seems to walk every day. Morning.
Yeah, there was one. Morning.
Morning. I call them the old guys. I'm sure some of them are younger than me. It's all relative. Oh, let's go down this way. By this tree that actually blocks the path at some point. The whole tree somehow ended up way over on its side, but continued to grow. So you can see the trunk is lying flat on the ground, and then the tree started up again. Except for this branch, which is way over here. You have to go around it. So you can get quite close to the water here without any bushes in the way. Get another look at Spruce Island over there. One lonely duck? Gull? I think it's a gull. Hard to tell because it's in silhouette. I'll do a non-talking walk one of these days. Just walk. Maybe when it's cold and snowy or raining, whichever comes first. I find that very hard. I find it hard not to talk, but it does make for a nice change for people wanting to watch without all my blubber or jabber. See, the road through the park is right up there. Comes another few people. Wascana Rehab Center is over there, just through the trees. Oh, I can see it better now, over there. I haven't been over on the other side for a while. Hi, Roger. Probably make more money than I do as a rider driving a tour bus. Probably a regular paycheck on my riding. the Surveyor's Monument. And I wrote the Saskatchewan Land Surveyors Association history book. That's Pine Island. I think I will go over there today because I haven't been over for a while. And I think they did have the space under the waterfall blocked off when the waterfall was running. Unfortunately, it used to be open. Somebody must have fallen or something. But it should be open now. So the waterfall's been turned off for quite a while. So we'll just take a quick circumnavigation of Pine Island before re-emerging. Right, yeah. And this bridge, as I often point out, is lined up straight head-on at the Legislative Building. Somebody thought of that, and it could. Good on them. I normally walk clockwise, so let's walk counterclockwise. Again, that Spruce Island over there, the undeveloped one, the undeveloped country. And it's called Pine Island because they planted it with pines. None of these are natural islands. They were all built, constructed. This is the newest one, I think. Was developed. I don't know if the island was here, but certainly the development on it all goes back to when they redeveloped the lake and deepened it in 2003. In time for the 2005 Canada Summer Games to be held here. A couple of ducks. It's the Broad Street Bridge over there, which is the next one we will cross. There's a banner on it. I don't know what it says. We'll find out when we get there. Marina's over there. We'll be there momentarily. Yes. No, they've still got it blocked off. That is so weird and annoying. I mean, I could see it when the waterfall was going, but why would it be blocked off now? Blocked off, but only at this end. Well, it's a little high to step over, unfortunately. I could do it, but it wouldn't be pretty. All right, well, we'll go up this way then. Looks like it's just looped. I could undo it, but I'm a good boy, I am. And again, you get a nice view here of the city downtown and Legislative Building over there. Fairly steep descent. Not as steep as when I was in the Okanagan, but pretty steep. That's kind of the timing stand they built for boating events for the Canada Summer Games. When they have canoe racing and stuff like that on the lake, which they do, rowing, they use this building. I've never been in it. I don't think there's much there except a floor and maybe some furniture. All right, that concludes the circumnavigation of Pine Island. We now return you to your regularly scheduled lake walk, already in progress. What do we got here? Ducks. My wife and I have both noted we don't seem to have heard as many geese honking around as we normally do. These are all ducks, no geese. And a couple of gulls. I hope you enjoyed Pine Island. turned around at the right moment, I could have caught 3 geese landing in the water there, but I was too slow. You snooze, you lose. You slack, they quack. Two more walkers.
Have some drinks, and I was like, had like wine.
Presumably this is intended for boats, but it seems to be mostly used by birds. It's a bird dock. Sitting on the dock with the birds. Nothing good rhymes with birds. Or ducks, for that matter, or duck. Very little cluck, muck. Nope, none of it's very good. Truck. Cluck, suck. I guess there's quite a bit, but they're all slightly distasteful in some fashion, including, of course, the one word that rhymes with duck that I try to avoid while walking. Another jogger. There's the Center of the Arts. Sorry, Connexus Art Center. It was built as the Saskatchewan Center of the Arts, and that's still what us old people tend to call it. "30 minutes, so we're about halfway around. This is an hour walk, especially if I go into Pine Island like that. Oh, it's getting positively crowded here. Good grief. More people. Shouldn't they be in work? At work? They can't all be freelance writers. I'll see what that banner is on the Broad Street Bridge here. In a minute, we'll see it. There's Pine Island that we just circumnavigated. Oh, I don't know if I can see it. It's on this part of the bridge. I have to lean over to have even a chance at it. Here it is. Should be able to figure it out from upside down here. Help protect our prime nesting habitat, Wascana. Oh, so it's an official banner. Migration Bird Sanctuary. Do not enter. Do not enter where? I don't know what they mean, do not enter. Don't take a boat under the bridge? I don't know. Don't get in the water? I don't know. Clearly don't walk around the lake, or they'd have that blocked off somehow. Hello, who's there? City Dova. Yes, they keep the path clear of snow in the winter. I mean, if you come out immediately after snowfall, it won't be cleared, but they get it done pretty quick. It's not like they have to do it by hand. There's little snow plows that drive around. So yes, I walked around the lake all last winter and will again this winter, even on the coldest days. Oh, there's somebody wearing a canoe in their head. That's not a fashion statement. Canadians aren't quite that cliched. They're planning to put it in the water. Or is it a her? Do you call a canoe a her like you do bigger ships, or are they just its? Let's watch. And it has been launched. There's another one on top of that vehicle. Maybe it's theirs as well. There's only one of them, so probably don't need two boats. It's getting ready to set out. Might see them again on the water. There's a couple of really big canoes down there. Don't know who they belong to. If I walk down there, there's no way out, so I don't usually walk down there. This is a boat launch as well, obviously, if you need to back up a trailer. You should be able to go this way without falling in. I've done it before. Down here at the marina now. Oh, more ducks. Sploosh. Ooh. Of course, it's a little wobbly being a floating dock. Yeah, I have walked down there, but I thought there was a way out, but there isn't, so I won't do that again. There's Pine Island again over there. More joggers, kids this time. Look like about, I don't know, grade 8 maybe. This is the marina. Oh, they've taken down most of their outdoor, not all of it, but that whole deck was full through the summer with shelter. It's called Bar Willow. That's what it's called. It used to be called the Willow on Wascana. Playground. Oh. Must be a school group. I would go down from grade 8 now. I'd say more like grade 6. Seven at the outside. I think that's one of the city boats, maybe. This is where the canoe Wascana Racing Canoe Club hangs out. That's the formal name. Those first three kids I saw running looked older than that batch, so maybe it's a mixed group of some sort. Plus they were already running, so maybe maybe it's like a 6, 7, 8 school, or 7, 8, 9. They were the older team leaders, and these are the newbies. Just starting. Because it is only October, so school has not been in session very long. So here's the pond where there is a fountain during the summer, but it's been closed down for quite a while now. It's an aeration fountain to keep oxygen in the water. There's another one way over on the other side of the lake as well. And then that little building I walked around not too long ago has an outflow pipe. And then Pine Island that I just walked around has that waterfall. All of those are aeration features. Keep oxygen in the water to keep the fish happy. Not just happy, but alive. More joggers. Looks like kids again. They're definitely older than the ones I saw back there, so maybe there's two groups. There's the ledge again, and over here is the pond where the fountain runs in the summer. And there's a scenic overview up there. And we're walking straight downtown, but we're about to turn again. And that tree kind of spoils the view. course, I was down there just yesterday and the day before, actually, or 2 days before. Walking. Walking and talking. Sounds like a country song. Well, I was walking around the lake and I was talking up a stake. That doesn't make sense. I kept walking along the shore, still I couldn't walk no more, but I was talking, yeah, I was talking to the folks who were listening to my jokes as I was walking. Yeah, I live streamed all I saw. Bad choice. And I streamed on my hike, hoping for another like. There we go. As I was walking and I was talking. And the folks that I passed by wouldn't look me in the eye because I was walking. No, because I was talking while I was walking. There you go. It's sure to be a hit. Needs a bridge and a chorus, but other than that, it's all done. Over the lake to the bridge, the Albert Street Bridge on the other side. I think I should finish that song. It could go viral. Which rhymes with spiral. And very little else. Yeah, that's about it. Viral rhymes with spiral. True rhyme. There's near rhymes, like, anything that ends in an aisle sound. Not even, that doesn't work. You need that I or it doesn't sound like a rhyme at all. So, it'd have to be something without an R in it. Vital, viral. Near rhyme, but not a very good one. Harvey Keitel. Hay roll? Oh, high roll. Well, that's 2 words, but yeah, that's cheating though. Even that's a near rhyme. It's not an exact rhyme because it's R-O-L-L. R-O-L-E. A U-L would be nearer. But even there's not a lot that I can think of while walking and talking. Highball, viral. Even that's not good. Morning.
Yeah.
Apparently you go to Pack game, $40.
Oh, yeah.
The key when you're writing something that rhymes. Sometimes it's just to rearrange the words so you don't end up with those impossible rhymes at the end. Like you can never end a line with orange because nothing rhymes with orange in the English language. Little words of writing advice this morning. Must be somebody official. He's wearing orange and yellow. Nothing rhymes with orange, but yellow is not much better. Bellow, cello, fellow. Okay, there's quite a bit actually. Hello, kind of. Jello, mellow. Actually, there's a lot that rhymes with yellow. I should have known that. They call me Mellow Yellow. Quite rightly. That's Willow Island, and this is where the Shards of Excalibur series starts, as I always point out, when the Lady of the Lake shows up right in there. It sends 2 kids on a quest to find the scattered shards of Excalibur before Rex Major, Computer Magnet, and actually Merlin can find them. Available on Amazon and everywhere again once I get my act together. I still have all kinds of my own stuff that needs new editions. Here I am publishing all these other people. And I have to do freelance editing to pay bills, and I have a nonfiction book I have to write. I have to do the proposal for that pretty quick because there is a publisher interested in it. If I got a contract for it before writing it, that would be grand. And then it would go to the top of my list for sure. But it's up there anyway because I did get a small, emphasis on small, grant from the Saskatchewan Arts Board. A third of what I asked for, which I took it, but I've already spent it and I haven't written the book yet. And I'm supposed to have it, sort of in the New Year time frame. I should have a draft, is what I'm aiming for. So that's getting close. We're almost into November, and I'm going to have to really knuckle down on that in November. But I want to keep writing Changers, the YA fantasy I'm writing. I want to keep that going every day too. I don't want to let my fiction slip aside. And then I've got all this other stuff to do. So, oh well, one day at a time. Squirrel. There's a jogger. He passed me going the other way earlier. Here's the old guys going by again. I hear work happening over there where they're working on the new pool. Get quite close to the water here as well, should you wish to. In fact, you can go right down to it here and fall in if you want. I don't want, but not a particularly scenic spot, but there it is. Getting close now, 10-15 minutes to home. We're right alongside the lake again now. This must be the one that was burned and they've taken it out. To be replaced. full majesty of the Albert Street Bridge there. I think it just has Canadian flags flying on it right now. It varies depending on what's going on in the city and the world. Here comes people with dogs. They are taking a different path, less traveled. That'll make all the difference. Here where these roads diverge in a not yet snowy wood, though it's coming. If you call this a wood. Pretty sparsely wooded, but it is wooded, so I guess it's a wood. Or woods. One of those words that can be both. It can be a wood or it can be woods. Both plural and singular. Isn't that fascinating? There's the gazebo, which is just a word I like saying. Gazebo. Don't know why it's not pronounced gazebo, but I guess the E, well actually with the E it should turn into gazebo, if English made any sense. And there's no particular reason the E should be long, written that way. Gazebo. I suppose because it's only one B. But it doesn't have an E on the end of it. And if you just had, say, can't think of anything that ends in an EB, but if you said pleb without the E on the end for plebe, you would say pleb if you just saw it written, or fleb. Like we say flub and not flube. Therefore, it should be gazebo, or even gazebo, or perhaps most logically gazebo because of that E after the consonant with the vowel before it. But no, it's gazebo. I'm sure that was every bit as fascinating to you as it was to me. That little disquisition. Looks like woods when you look that way, even though there's paths in the city, but you can't see them, so you could like shoot something there and pretend you're in the woods. Particularly well-kept woods with no undergrowth, but still. Okay, we are about to turn away from the lake and once more venture through the graffiti spattered remnants of a once lovely artistically decorated underpass. That lasted all of a year before the vandals got to it. And if you don't clear it up immediately, and nobody has, then it just collects more. That whole broken windows policing model, which you have to take care of vandalism immediately, or it simply builds on itself. And nobody did that here, and it's building on itself, and now this artwork is pretty much ruined, most of it. And I'm pretty sure these black lights here were actually put in by a vandal to make their, as there's glowing blue obscenity on the side of the wall there. And I'll bet you anything that whoever did that put those in so that it would light up. Okay, almost home. And it's back to work, and more coffee. Not necessarily in that order. Well, I think I have to make more coffee, so I guess it will be in that order. I like that house. I always say that, but I do. And I always say as well that Wally Knight, the boy from Charge of Excalibur, lives down at the end of that street. Charge of Excalibur. Fictional house, real location here on Harrington Mews. hedge, color-wise. Duck. Duck goose. Angus Boulevard. Leading to Leopold Crescent, through the alley to Angus Crescent, and thus home. This is one of the few houses that still has an awning. Ours had one originally. I've seen pictures, but not for years. Well, so long before I actually saw the house in real life, it was gone. Probably hasn't been one since the 50s or 60s. They were part of the keeping things cool because they would keep the sun from shining in the windows and thereby warming up the house. One of the first things we did when we moved in was install an air conditioner, central air, because I was going to be working from home, and I wasn't going to put up with hot temperatures. So, gee, that's been there for 18 or 19 years now. Wonder when it's going to suddenly decide to stop working. I should put the cover on it. I think we're done with it for this year. Not quite sure what the cover does. Keeps the snow out, but it's full of leaves. You can't keep those out. And doesn't. There's really nothing in there, as far as I know, that things falling on are likely to cause too much trouble with. But there's Davin School ahead of us. Oh, they call it something else now, but I call it Davin School. I don't hold with this rewriting, taking people's names off of things just because you no longer agree with something they did in the past. That way lies madness and the loss of history and heritage. This is a pretty willow here with yellow leaves. Okay, we will stop here. Thanks for walking with me around the lake. I'd only be back once this weekend, but I'll be back. Bye for now.